Welcome back to another Pokemon video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to rebirth your Pokemon on Pokemon Monster Carnivals. What a rebirth Pokemon is a Pokemon with a purple outline and purple stars. This is currently the best power up in the game because it will double your Pokemon's power, but it will take a lot more time than it would to just get the gold stars. So before we start, you and your Pokemon will have to be at least level 60. You'll have to max out your EVs in any way you like, as long as it's 510. And you'll have to have 6 gold stars on your Pokemon. Once you have all that done, you will be able to rebirth your Pokemon. Something else to keep in mind, you won't need to upgrade your IVs or your grade on your Pokemon, because once you rebirth your Pokemon, you will be able to upgrade your IVs even more, and your grade will go back to normal. And your abilities on your Pokemon will be reset, so you have to redo that too. So once you do rebirth your Pokemon, you will get some of your cards back, so don't worry about losing your grades. They will give it some of it back. They won't give you, I think, the smaller grades, so you'll have to probably maybe get those if you don't have them already. So with all that being said, we can go ahead and get started. So we'll have to beat 7 scientists, and the first scientist is in the research lab. And once we beat the first scientist, we'll get our rebirth plate, which we could start upgrading as soon as we get it, but we'll still have to beat the other 6 scientists before we can get our rebirth Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and beat this scientist real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that we beat the scientist, we will get our rebirth plate. And then we can go ahead and get started with beating the other scientists. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Something I forgot to mention is once you beat a scientist, they will actually give you a gem to help get you started on upgrading your rebirth plate. And that was the last scientist, so now we can beat wild Pokemon for gems. So the first Pokemon that gives us gems is Farfetch in the forest. But Farfetch will only appear in the daytime, so during the night you'll want to go look for a different Pokemon. The next Pokemon that will give us gems is Sparrow on Route 33. Sparrow will appear in the night and day, but I'd recommend looking for it in the daytime because you can also find pincers. After Route 33, we got Happiny on Route 35. And Happiny will only appear in the daytime. The next Pokemon that gives us gems is Wingull on Route 41. Wingull also will only appear in the daytime though. On the Whirlpool Islands, we got Swinub. Swinub will appear at night and day, but I'd recommend catching it at night because you can also find the champs that you can catch for epic shards in the shard exchange. And the last Pokemon that gives us gems is Grumpig on Route 40. It will only appear at night though. So I'm going to go ahead and start catching some Pokemon for gems, and I'll be right back. So I know I said we'd be catching Pokemon, but you actually don't have to catch the Pokemon to get the gems. It's kind of random. It can give you gems and sometimes it won't. But beating the Pokemon will also can give you a chance at getting some gems. So you don't have to always catch it. Although catching the Pokemon can give you shards for the shard exchange. And one other thing, while you're in the forest, don't forget to catch poison type Pokemon because they can give you Flareons, Jolteons, and Vaporeons. In case if anyone was wondering if there's an easier way of getting gems, there really isn't, except maybe using the Senti things to find that Pokemon easier. Not sure if it'd be worth 100 gems though, but if you think it is, then that's a way to find that Pokemon to get gems maybe. Alright, so now that we got some gems, we can go talk to the scientist. So talking to her the first time, she will do nothing because I haven't upgraded my rebirth plate yet. So the best way of upgrading the rebirth plate would just kind of depend on how many gems you have. The scientist will only rebirth your Pokemon if you have at least +3 on every single stat on the rebirth plate. It also tells you where the Pokemon are on what routes and other tips. But so if I tried to rebirth my Pokemon, there would be nothing until I have at least +3 on all of the stats. And depending on how many gems you have, if you have a lot of epic ones, you'd want to use all your epic ones before using the higher rarity ones, because the epics will decrease other stats and only do +1, so you'd be gaining nothing. If you already have some of your stats upgraded, it'll be +1 and -1, where the legend rarity ones will do +2 -1, and then the highest rarity will do +2 to 4 -0. So by doing the epics first, we will be decreasing nothing, and then we will do the legendary ones on the other stats so that we will be gaining something. Or say we had a bunch of supreme rarity ones, we could just max that one out and then not have to worry about redoing all the other ones. And say if a Pokemon you have doesn't need attack or special attack and doesn't need speed or doesn't need a lot of HP, you could actually purposely make it +3 just so that you can get the rebirth plate to work and max out the other ones, and then you will actually save gems that way too. But if you're going to max it out like what I'm doing right now, you'll need at least 2 supreme rarity gems so that you're not downgrading your other ones while trying to max one out. Alright, so once we are done upgrading our plate, we can then talk to the scientist and then we can rebirth a Pokemon. Okay, so now we talk to the scientist and there are our choices to rebirth. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you'll need to be at least level 60. You'll need to max out your EV and have 6 stars on the Pokemon. Once we get that done, we will have our choices here, and then as you can see, it will give us some of our stuff back, candy and the EVs and the other stuff. This one had a grade on it, so it would give me back some of my cards, but I'm going to go with this one, and there we go, we got our rebirth Pokemon. And keep in mind, once we rebirth our Pokemon, it will be back to level 1 with 1 star. So we'll have to upgrade the stars again, we'll have to upgrade the levels again, but it will be 2 times stronger than it would normally be if it was just gold stars. Keep in mind, it will take a lot more shards to upgrade your stars than it would for a normal Pokemon. And one other thing to let you know, even though our rebirth plate was maxed, sometimes it doesn't give us maxed out rebirth stats. It'd be close to it though. So I hope this video was helpful. Until next time, thank you for watching.